Hey, fantasy football fans, want to gain a last-minute advantage over the teams you play this week? Don't forget to check out Ken Zales' Fantasy Football Notebook on PressBoxOnline.com, presented by Chesapeake Urology and Associates. Welcome back to Inside PressBox. The Baltimore Blast will host their home opener on November 3rd, but this year the team has some roster changes to adapt to. Here to talk about this year's Baltimore Blast is our friend and head coach of the Baltimore Blast, Danny Kelly. And Danny, with everything in sports, I mean, the Orioles had this big year this year, and I can tell you next year you're going to have 6 or 7, 8 new players. You guys are always competitive, but you're going to have some new players this year.
Yeah, we are. You know, unfortunately or fortunately for some guys retired, moved on in their lives with some different things. Other guys left for different reasons, but the fact remains that we're going to have some new players on the roster. You know, the big hole that we're going to have this year is Sagu's not going to be back. He had a job opportunity in Dallas that he couldn't pass up. Great for him, but for
Not
us,
so great
a
for
little
you.
bit of uncertainty in the goalkeeping position because Sagu's been a rock back there. He's helped us win championships. He's won Goalkeeper of the Year awards. So replacing him, you don't replace him. You know what I mean? You try and find somebody that's going to grow in the position and help us get back to where we want to go.
I got some bad news for you. I'm going to be taken up with women's ice hockey. I'm going to be a goaltender over there, so
The
I
search
can't help.
continues. The search
You've
continues.
got a couple people. You're not at liberty to say they're going to be announced next week, but do you feel pretty comfortable that you're going to be able to replace Sagu, at least, you know, keep yourself in ball games?
You know, we do. Up until a few weeks ago, we were a little bit nervous about that goalkeeping position, but through our invitational and through the first 2 weeks of training camp, we found 2 guys that we think are going to be able to do the job. You know, we expect some growing pains because they're going to be new to indoor soccer, but they both have some very good qualities about them, and I think they both have the potential to be very good goalkeepers in this league.
Now, not asking you their names, but were these 2 guys found at open tryouts?
Yeah, through our invitational, yeah.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. Tell us a little bit about the league this year. It goes to a 7-team league. Chicago's added this year. Any other changes afoot in the MISL?
No major changes. Obviously, you know, we'd love the league to continue to grow. Chicago coming back is obviously a big step for the league. The owners out there, Dave Mokry, and part of their coaching team is Novi Marievich, who's had a long-standing history as a player in the game and now has moved on as a coach. Chicago, they always produce very good teams, and I think this year with their solid ownership group that they have, are going to do very well. They're playing at the Sears Center, which is a perfect arena for indoor soccer. I think it seats maybe 10,000 people, so perfect setting there, and they seem to know what they're doing out there now. So they're always going to have a good team. They got a ton of players out there. They're going to be competitive right off the bat. And, you know, that's who we face our first game. So by no means are we taking them as lightly as an expansion team. They're going to be ready to go.
Now tell us a little bit about how your club is shaping up right now. Aside from the goaltender changes, you lost a couple other players, and you got a guy who played for Philadelphia, Donatelli.
Tony Donatelli, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Tony.
He's, I think he's going to be a great addition to the team. He's got indoor experience. He won a championship with the Philadelphia Kicks a few years ago. And he just won another outdoor championship with the Charleston Battery and USL Pro. So the guy's a winner, and he's a very good soccer player. He can create goals. He can score goals. And just, you know, watch him in training camp. You know, he's a professional. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't look like he's moving all that fast, but he's the guy that's always open. He's always seemingly to find the open man with his passing. And he's just a great addition to the team, and I think he'll be a leader in the locker room as well.
Tell us a little bit about this team this year. Is it going to be younger, more aggressive, faster? Tell us a little bit about their style of play. Is there a Kelly style of play, or does Danny Kelly, the coach, adapt to what his personnel is?
I'd like to think I bring a bit of my style and energy as a player to the team as a coach, and that's what I like. I mean, I think that's what has made us successful as a team that's willing to play both ways, get up and down the floor and battle, and you know, be effective on the offensive end as well. You need those special types of players, and we have some of those in Michelle Millwood and Adato Neto. Lucio Gonzaga's back this year after an ACL tear last year. We missed him dearly. Max Ferdinand, I think, is one of the most exciting players in the league. JT Noon had a very good first year. We're expecting big things from him this year. And our core group defensively is very good. Mike Lookingland, Defender of the Year. Pat Healy goes from leading scorer to, you know, one of the top defensive performers on our team. Stephen DeRue, another guy who had a very good rookie year, and we're expecting more things from him this year. Tom Myers, experienced veteran defender. So we have a very solid core group, and we're adding little pieces here, and I think we're getting a little younger while we're doing it. And you know, our goal every year is to compete for a championship, and I think we have a group that can do that.
Tell us a little bit about Pat, how he's improved. You know, when he came up, you were still playing a little bit. Am I right? You're looking at me like I might be wrong.
I think I finished right before he started. I think my last year.
I thought his first year you were still playing a little bit, but I could be wrong. But tell me how you've seen him grow as a player.
You know, the kid's just a soccer player. You know, remember some of the reports out. He's not that fast. He's not that athletic. You know, the kid's a soccer player, and he came in his rookie year. I think he was rookie year in the league in the MISL. His next year, I believe, he led us in scoring from his midfield position. He just knows how to play the game. And you know, we were talking off air about, you know, these Baltimore kids that kind of grow up playing this indoor game, and they're a step ahead of a lot of guys just in terms of their experience and knowing how to play the game, knowing the nuances of indoor. And you know, like I said, the 1 year he led the team in scoring, then he goes back and plays defender for us, and has a great year as a defender.
That's a unique player that can do both.
Yeah, he's got a high soccer IQ, and he just knows the game, and those players for me are invaluable.
We appreciate your coming in as always, Danny. You're still enthusiastic about the job.
Thanks for having me, Stan.
All right, we appreciate it. We're going to be back to wrap things up with the photo of the week and a few other words, so don't go away. Donate your car and get the highest possible tax deduction with Vehicles for Change. Go to vehiclesforchange.org for complete details. Vehicles for Change, changing lives with donated cars.